welcome back. This is your Lord and Saint Bepis, and welcome back to our Crusader Kings Guide series. If you'll notice, our scheme down here looks wrong. That is because I lost the save file in between episodes. Don't worry about it. I've got us back to basically mostly where we were the first time. Got our troop composition back to normal. We haven't talked about that yet. I've got the accolade back. I did the call for knights. So yeah, there we go. Everything's back to where it should be. My apologies for losing the save file. I was cleaning out a bunch of my old save files and accidentally deleted the one I was using for this guide series, so it's on me. Nothing should change. We didn't advance time at all, but either way, back to our guide. I want to read a small bit from the Art of War to essentially set the stage for this episode. So, Sun Tzu once said, "We may know that there are 5 essentials to victory. Number 1, he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. Number 2, he will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. Number 3, he will win whose army is animated by the same spirit throughout all its ranks. Number 4, he will win who prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. And number 5, he will win who has the military capacity and is not interfered with by the sovereign." And while we talked about the broad strokes of military last episode, warfare needs a lot more in-depth discussion. This might be our longest episode yet. So, the first thing you need to know for declaring war in Crusader Kings is you need to have a reason to declare the war. This is called a casus belli in the game, or CB, as most of the community likes to call it. There are several common ones that the player has access to, regardless of where they are in the world, their government type, or their religion. All of these play a factor into what CB you will get access to. Now, the first thing you need to know is that when you declare a war on somebody, you can only take control over what you are declaring war over. So, for example, if I go to the King of France and I had a CB on the King of France, which I do not. It says right here, you do not have a casus belli. I don't have a war goal. I don't have a goal for my war. If I were to attack him, but if let's pretend I did. Let's pretend I attacked him, and I attacked for the Duchy of Normandy, or Neustria, as the game is calling it right now. I would only be able to take Normandy. Even if I had captured Paris itself, which is over here, even if I captured Paris and captured the King of France himself, I would only get Paris. Because that's what the war is over. It's not over France. It's over Normandy. But the king has promised to protect Normandy in exchange for money and troops. So he has to protect Normandy. Simple? Good. First, next, you need to pay a cost. You don't pay in money for wars. Well, you do when you have to pay your troops, but you don't pay money to declare a war. If you declare a war against somebody, you need to pay either in piety or prestige. You use piety when declaring holy wars and fighting people of the same faith as you. And you use prestige for claims. Claims and de jure. It's a little wonky. You'll figure it out. It lists it. You'll see in our example when I'll be unpausing to give you guys an example war. Holy wars are a special kind of war. Basically, you are declaring a war against somebody because they are evil or hostile toward you. Faiths that are astray but different, such as insular, you can't declare a holy war against them because they're mostly the same. Not quite, but mostly. And but holy war is more of a religious thing, so we'll touch on that more in the religious episode. But you can only declare a holy war against somebody who is close by. So for example, bordering us or within, I think it's 2 or 3 sea zones. So you see these little sea tiles right here, how it's outlined with the black. That is a sea tile. There are 2 of us between Lyon and Dorset, which means... oops. Lost control of my mouse. Which means we can declare a holy war. Depending on your level of devotion, you'll be able to attack for a county title, a duchy title, or a kingdom tier title. Kingdom tier holy wars will take an entire kingdom, but you can only ever use 1 kingdom tier holy war per character. So our character can only use 1 kingdom tier holy war. The only exception is if you have the cultural tradition. If we do this real quick, we have the cultural tradition under ritual by the sword. You can use as many kingdom tier holy wars as you want. Another thing to be aware of in a holy war is, let's say I try to declare war against Lyon. It says down here, Asatru rulers may join. Right down here, if anybody will join, it will tell you. But they can also join at any time. So for example, Count Hastine over here. He's a Satru as well. Now, sorry, as I was saying before, I spilled my drink on myself. I had to go change clothes. Anyway, as I was saying before, because he is a Satru, he can join in a holy war for anybody who's nearby that is also a Satru. I'm probably butchering what that is called. Now, if you want to fight against somebody who is the same faith as you, the other common CB you can get is called the Invasion CB or Conquest. Either or. It's a series of CBs that only a couple of governments and religions have access to. Tribal governments, nomad governments, and... what's the last one? Clans all have the Invasion CB. It requires levels of fame to unlock, and you always have to use prestige for it. Unless it's against somebody of the same faith as you, then it's piety, I think. We don't have access to it as Earl Alfred, because we are feudal and Catholic. There are 2 others that gain access to... oh, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. It is the same as Holy War, County, Duchy, and Kingdom tier invasions. The Kingdom tier 1 is slightly different in that it requires that... well, no, that's not the right... okay. Normally when you invade some place for a duchy or a kingdom, you only get what you invaded for. However, with the Kingdom tier invasion CB, you gain whatever you've occupied in addition to whatever you've declared war for. So, for example, if we go to Kingdom tier map mode, if I declared for West Francia and I occupied parts of Aquitaine as well, I would also get Aquitaine as well, instead of just France. Very strong. However, there is one more invasion CB that is very rare to come across, because only 2 empires get it in the game that I know of. Genghis Khan, when he spawns in, he will have it. It is the Invade Empire CB. And as an administrative Roman Empire, you gain access to the Invasion CB as well. Next is claims. Our character, Earl Alfred, starts with claims. Claims are a legal right to rule. We have 4 unpressed claims. 1 on the Duchy of Wessex, 1 on Middleseax, 1 on Herutford, and 1 on Buckingham, which is all inside the Duchy of Essex up here. Now, that's what I'm going to be doing our practical demonstration of warfare for you with. The claims are divided into weak, strong, and implicit claims. Weak claims are unpressed claims. They will disappear when you die. Strong claims are, well, King of France has a couple of those. They are pressed claims. They get passed down to your son on death. And implicit claims are implied that this is what you will get when you die, or when your father dies. So if we have a son or a daughter, that child will gain an implicit claim on whatever land we have. And when our character dies, they will get claims on that land, or they will inherit that land. If they do not inherit, they get a strong claim. Simple. If you marry a noblewoman, and her father owns land, when her father dies, if he still owns the land, she'll get a pressed claim on it, and if you have a kid with her, your kids will have a weak claim on that land. If you use your bishop, you can get a claim by forging documents. It's only on county or duchies, whereas through marriage you can get kingdoms or empires, or even hegemonies sometimes. But hegemonies usually have different inheritance rules, so good luck with that. But a claim will still help, because it gives you a better chance of getting elected or whatever. You can also gain claims in events, but those are luck-based and entirely unreliable, so never rely on that. You also have de jure wars. So if you look on the de jure map mode, say we go to Duchy titles, Mercia is supposed to have this piece as well, but right now it's owned by Gwynedd. Now, if you have the Casus Belli innovation, right here, you can declare de jure wars for de jure territory. So, right now, Mercia, whenever we get that technology, once we do, Mercia will have a claim on this land, which is pretty cool. And it never goes away, unless de jure drift changes it, but de jure drift is something for another episode. It will make this episode way too long. If you are, there's also Civil War, which is through the faction screen, but we'll get to that when we talk about factions. But the ones I just described are the ones you're probably going to be encountering the most. Holy Wars, Invasions, and Claim Wars. Just starting out, that's what you're going to get. Now, if you notice, here's what I want to set up. Our liege has a domain capacity of 7. He holds 13 pieces of land. He cannot administer all this by himself, so he's going to have to divvy it up to some counts. The biggest pieces of land are Essex, and Weiss. Wessex is his primary title, so he's not going to give up any of the land in it. So he's most likely to give away all of Wessex, and most of Weiss. Kent is only 3 counties, so he's probably going to keep all those. So that means that whoever gets these, we are going to attack them. Specifically, we are going to attack whoever gets London. Because London is one of the best counties, if you remember our land episode. It's got 5 holding slots, and it's almost entirely farmland. It is entirely farmland. So, if we look at the... it's also the highest development in the British Isles. So we want that land. So what we're going to do is we're going to unpause here. And we are going to wait until one of the lands we have a claim on gets released. Hopefully London. And then we're going to declare war for it. As you can see, some of the knights are arriving. We got this guy here. Pay for him. We don't have a lot of money right now. So we can only afford 1, maybe 2 knights. We don't have any buildings this time. I think we had an extra building in the previous save file. The successor is here. Well, I guess he's not entirely a successor. We got a random event here. I haven't talked about these yet, but because of our lifestyle, we're getting the surety of supply random event. You can go ahead and read it. It's flavor text up here, and these are the outcomes. This symbol right here means you will get stressed, which I will not do because 60 stress is a lot. It's 60 out of 100. I will instead try the Stewardship Challenge to gain well-provisioned armies at a 95% chance, or we could outright pay for it, but we don't have the money, so we have to do the Stewardship Challenge. Here we go. We could skim some money, but that would give us stress because we're honest. And it would not give us well-provisioned armies. I don't think we need the supply capacity, and I'm willing to take the hit to our stress in order to gain the money. Because right now, we do not make a lot of money. 50 gold is about 25 months worth of income for us. So I'm going to hold on to that 50 gold, because we're going to need it in the future. Now, right around the end of March, I think he should be... There we go. Our target is old. If he dies, it will pass to his daughter, the sister-in-law and wife of our liege. So we got to do this fast. Now, you would think that our liege would stop us from declaring war against somebody he just gave land to. But no, he can't actually, because he has sworn to protect both of us from threats. He can't take sides in this conflict because then he would be betraying his oath to one of us, which he cannot do. Also, he wouldn't do it because he's just. So while he may not like that we're doing this, he still likes us a lot because we're brothers and friends. He has to deal with it. So our troops are raised. We've highlighted our army. Now what you do is you right-click on whatever direction you want them to go, what target you want them to go to. I'm just going to click on London because we want to go to London and siege it down. Their troops have arrived here. They do not have nearly as many troops as us. We outnumber them by about 300. We got another guest. Oh, this is a knight. Yeah, we got that from our marshal doing the train commanders. You can see over here he's giving away more land. He gave away all of Essex, like I said he would, which left us without a chancellor. Hopefully he doesn't take one of our knights. Our steward is gone now. Our spy master is gone now. Everybody is bad, so I'm not going to put anybody on there, even if we would need one. Oh! Our wife is pregnant, that's good. We will have an heir to our throne very soon. I wasn't expecting to talk about that now, so we will maybe talk about it in the next episode. Hopefully it doesn't take 9 months for that to happen. Alright. We got more knights. We'll hire this guy. He's not too expensive. We used up half that money we got from that event, which is fine. We need more knights. Now, I'm going to put this down to 1 speed so I can talk here. Sieges is what we're doing right now. We're sieging this county. Basically, we're trying to take over this county. Our opponent here ran into the big Norseman army and got annihilated, so we're free to siege down this without any problems. Siege progress is based on siege weapons and these random events that happen over time here. Every siege event, we gain a chance to get something new here. Our onagers have put a small breach in the enemy fortifications. The fort level here tells you basically how hard it will be to siege this place down. Your siege weapons only affect up to a certain level of fortifications. So ours are only effective up to level 5 forts. We're going against level 3, so we should be fine. The garrison, if we have less troops than the garrison, our siege will not make any progress. We also gain a bonus if we outnumber them. Looks like another event. You have desertion, breach, supplies, and disease. Each one of these bonuses will make the siege go faster. You can also assault, but that's very, very situational. Now, in the war, you gain war score over here. The war score, once it reaches 100 in either direction, the war can be ended. It also can be ended almost any time by white peace, but you need to get acceptance for it. You can surrender at any point in time, but you will have a lot of penalties, like right here. He would gain legitimacy and prestige. We would lose our claim and have to pay 115 gold. Whereas if we enforce our demands, we just take the county. So, yeah. And white peace would press our claim, meaning it would be inherited, but we would have to abandon our current war. White peace can be useful, especially if you're the defender. Looks like we've got sickness spreading right now with our siege. I'm just hoping we don't run out of troops and have to abandon the siege to get more troops. That's always terrible. You also gain war score by, aside from sieging and battles, you gain it by capturing prisoners. So for everybody who's family to the ruler of this place, if he had any, if we captured his daughter, who we can't because she's the wife of our liege, that would give us a 50% because that's his heir. If capturing the capital county, in addition to its base occupation value, will also give you a 10% bonus on top of it. Looks like we got a large breach in the walls. Cut down the siege event time. There's also, if you capture the ruler of the land, you automatically win the war. You gain 100% on the, or it's actually 1,000% for capturing the ruler, I believe. But that's only the war target. If you capture an allied ruler, it's just money at that point. And let's speed this up so we can show you how to end a war. Oh. Well, that is unfortunate. Our wife died in childbirth, and so did the baby. So, now we get to do marriage. A double-edged bonus for me, though, because we are intelligent. We can search for somebody who's intelligent. Let's wait until we're not in war. And we're going to enforce our demands. We took the land. Okay, now that we are no longer at war, our marriage prospects might be a little better. They are not, but we can marry this 32-year-old lowborn. She's intelligent. Because we are both intelligent, it would give us a better chance to inherit intelligent or get genius. This is congenital traits. We'll talk about this probably later, probably later. But we'll do that. And then we need our marshal. Unpause for a day. Yeah, you lose legitimacy if you marry a lowborn. Luckily, our legitimacy requirement isn't very high. So, we'll do that. As you can see from here, we're missing the Spy Master. The guy in charge of Southwark is a powerful vassal. I believe we've talked about this before. We'll appease him so he doesn't do anything stupid. And put him on the Spy Master's seat. And we can probably try another war for one of these other pieces of land. Buckingham would be my choice. I gotta wait for these to refill. This would be a much more even war, though, considering he is a little bit more powerful than the last guy. But I will leave you all here in our guide series right now, and I will see you in the next episode. So hopefully I don't screw up again and, you know, destroy this save file so we can continue with it. But I will see you all in the next episode, so stay tuned and goodbye.